Welcome back, everybody, to the legendary interview section. Y'all already know who I am, right? So I'll do my little introduction. Welcome to the stage of history. I am your illustrious host, Kevin Uncanny Anytime. And right beside me here, I have my beautiful guest here, Illuminating Essence, all right, aka Selena. But yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone here for me, please.
Hello, everybody. What an honor it is to be here in this present moment with anybody tuning in. I go by Illuminating Essence. My name is Selena, and I am here to hydrate you with my sound, with my siren, with the things that I have to share through wisdom that I've learned thus far in this lifetime, and showing up with my light in a world that can be seemingly filled with shadows sometimes, and being that light in the dark. That's really a huge message of mine, is finding the wings to fly freely from all of that baggage, and to just have the proper mindset to be able to create a life that we really want to live, the life of our dreams, creating heaven on earth. That's what we're doing. That's why I'm here.
You know what? What I've never asked you. I don't think I've ever asked you. Where you from?
I'm from Canada.
What?
Yeah, I'm in a
Oh,
town called Kingston, about 2 hours west of Toronto.
wow. Okay. That's interesting. So there's somebody that's in my institute that I believe may be from there. Her name is Jenna. But there's a few people that are, especially that's over in the academy, the
Yeah.
3T Academy. Josh is from Canada. Julisa's from Canada. Who else? There's one more person that's from Canada. I can't think. But yeah, that's interesting. Oh yeah, actually, there's not one more. There's a bunch. We acquired a lot of people from Canada in the
Yeah.
academy, like at a certain point. So, but
Yeah,
that's
we
really
out
really
here.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know that, dude. I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
thought because especially seeing you when I first got introduced to you,
Yeah.
I thought you were from somewhere in the States.
Yeah, we met in Arizona. It was so beautiful. Oh my God. That was when we were able to travel and to do all that. It's only been just in the last week that some of the restrictions here have lifted where I can leave the country.
Got you. Okay. I'll even enter in, right? Because I've been thinking about visiting up there, and
Yeah.
yeah, I know that was a little bit of a hassle too. Because I just got my passport not too long ago. I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
I'm trying to move
Yeah.
around, right?
Yeah. I just renewed mine for 10 years too. So I'm ready to travel.
Nice, nice. Um,
Mhm.
and just in case I might have missed it, but what platforms are you on? Where all can they find
So
you?
I have a TikTok, Illuminating Essence. I have an Instagram. I am starting a YouTube channel, which is already kind of up and running. I just haven't uploaded anything yet. So if anybody wants
Got
to
you.
give me a follow there and start the foundation there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also on Spotify too, Apple Music. I've got some sounds on there as well, and lots more to come. So yeah, basically everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So me and Illuminating Essence met through it was a retreat. It was the water priestess was holding a retreat with the water and everything. And we didn't really
Mhm.
even interact that much during that time. But I was like vlogging everything and I made this vlog and I remember just kind of seeing Selena. I was like, man, she's different, dude. She's like a really cool person and like the
Mhm.
stuff you were saying and because there were like times where we got to kind of express ourselves and stuff like that at the retreat and I was like, man, she's deep, dude. Like this is a deep person.
Mhm.
So when I was
Mhm.
putting the vlog together, I was showcasing everybody we met and I had asked Selena, I was like, dude, what I think it was like what three things if you could describe yourself, what are three things? And yours were really different, dude. You had a really different way of presenting yourself. One I remember one of them was soft and another one was I
Mm.
forgot, but I don't know, you might be able to still see it out. It might be gone off the channel, but
Mm.
it was very, very different. I was like, man, is always outside the box with stuff. Like it's really, really cool. So I've always appreciated the way you thought about stuff. But you got like this, you got like the fairy, like mystical, magical. Right. And I'm like, okay,
Yes.
let's dive into that because at the time, y'all, at the time when I made this vlog, um, Selena, I don't know if you had just started off doing this stuff or what, but she's
Yeah.
blown up since then. And so I was like, dude, what is this? I was like, it's the mindset, right? That's what it's all about. But just share with us what a little bit of your philosophy is.
Well, when we met, that was January 2020, so over a
Okay.
year ago now. And
Yeah.
I had just really gotten over my own blocks when it came down to joining such an expansive community with leaders that were rising, Water Priestess Jilly, Come Up Better Chris, and
Yeah.
gathering for the first time in the flesh. So I had joined in May of 2020, and then it was in January that I got to meet everybody that, had been
Oh,
teaching me so much, and I was tuning in every single day. So to meet them in the flesh just gave me a whole shell shock to be like, okay, this is real. This isn't
yeah.
just, I'm not just in fantasy land telling myself I'm going to hydrate the world. Like,
Yeah.
this is this is actually happening. Like, these are real human beings. And I remember Arizona too, because we were in Arizona, where you're from. The vortex energy showed me where I was imbalanced in my masculine energy, where
Mm,
I was a little too in flow. I was a little too in my feminine, like, yeah, it's gonna come to me, it's gonna come to me. And I had that mindset. And I was
okay.
kind of lacking that like structure, putting things into action.
Right.
So, when I left Arizona, and I actually exited out of the relationship that I was in back when you met me, and that really like propelled me into that next phase where I just
Mhm.
started. I don't know if you guys are into human design, but I'm a generator. And
Got you.
oh my gosh, when I started to really come back to myself from that relationship and all the things that I just learned from being in person, my mindset started to shift from a very balanced perspective. I really started to embrace this masculine energy that I've essentially always had, but the water really, when I started drinking it, was bringing me so deep in my healing that it took me a little bit to remember, okay, I do have a really good money mindset. I've been working since I was 13, but
Mhm.
here's the first time I'm my own boss. I used to just work
Right.
in the service industry, and I was getting paid from somebody else, but now it's like all in my hands. I'm wearing all the hats all of a sudden. And
Yeah.
I really had to, yeah, tap into the faith that I had in my own power to facilitate and to show up and to kind of get out of the shadows that I was kind of going through in the healing realm. Like when you
Got you.
guys met me, like when I was showing up on those videos too, like I was shaking in my boots. I was
Yeah.
terrified. I was like, oh my God, everybody can see me. Holy shit, I can't
Right.
hide. Can't hide anymore. And I really came to this understanding, like it's not the darkness that I'm afraid of anymore. It's the brilliance that I am about to step into. It was the light. It was my own power that I was afraid of. And as
Mm.
soon as I really started to address where that was coming from, of being too much, a lot of programs of being too much, or just in general scarcity mindset that I can't have it all and that we all can't have it all and that there's not enough to go around. As soon as I started rewiring that and tapping deeper into this eternal abundance that I know comes from within and starting to execute that, and the fairies, like they taught me, just have faith in your power, girl, and start showing up in that. Because once you do it, once you direct that energy with the intentions that you have, once you start executing it, there's no going back.
Yeah.
When I started pumping out the reels, some of my reels went off, got a million views. I just started getting so many people magnetized to my field, and
Yeah.
I felt worthy of it. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm worthy of this. I'm ready to step
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's what's up, dude. Cause Yeah, you did seem very reserved, definitely when we were there.
Yeah.
You seemed pretty impacted, you know what I mean? You were just expressing yourself. You were just like, man, this is different, you know. And then you have your own background stuff, obviously, like you said, that you went through to where it was like you just had to make a decision. It's like, all right, well, here we go. All right. So, and I'll never forget like the you were just so super appreciative, and
Mm,
that's what I look for. Like I was really happy that you were, because I'll be putting a lot you now, you know, with the edits now, you know, like with the edits, man, it's like, dude, that stuff takes some time sometimes, man. So the way I was putting everything together, and then when I decided to showcase you, the gratitude that you expressed, I was just like, okay, this is a really genuine person. Like you're not just, you know, the deep philosophical, like you're like super extra genuine, dude. And that really made me happy. Like because at the time
mm,
we weren't even really anywhere on the spectrum either. So it was like it was a few views or something like that. But
yeah.
I was just like so appreciative that somebody reached back out and was like, no,
Yes.
thank you so much. Like, this is really cool. And I was like, that's what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be really
Yes.
cool. You know what I mean? I wanted it to look super
Yes.
nice. And I love showcasing other people in
I
that
felt
in that
famous
way.
when you wanted to put me out there. I was like, what? Me? Okay.
Right.
I was so grateful though. Like my heart was so open to receive your reflection, being like, I see your value, girl. I want to put you out there and get your message out there.
Yeah.
And I'm super like visual when it comes down to energy and like algorithm and like this technology we get to utilize for our voice. I remember when you told me you were putting that out there, I'm like, okay, this is the next step. This is the next step for myself to get out there. Like I could feel it already doing stuff in the quantum realms of what that was going to magnetize into my field for just allowing for you to do that and feeling
Yeah.
so grateful. Because when
Yeah.
we are embodying gratitude in our mindset, that magnetizes more things to be grateful for.
100%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was
Mm-hmm.
really amazing, and that was just you on the water journey initially, but now
Yeah.
you got music, right? I'm like, hold up, dude. So I'm looking at her page the other day, which I always peruse through it. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. That's why I don't trip on likes and stuff like that, because I know sometimes I'll pass through a lot of stuff and I don't necessarily like it, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's all about the watch and the impact, right?
Yeah.
And you just gotta keep showing up because there's so much stuff happening in people's lives. You never know what's really going on, right? So I can't be like, oh, you didn't like my stuff, I'm blocking you or nothing like
Yeah.
that, right? But man, it hit me pretty hard, dude. I was like going through, and then I stopped, and I'm like, wait, what is this song? And I'm like, I don't know what this song is. And I found out it was yours, and I'm like, what? Selena is legendary too. Like you're on legendary status right now. Like you have the hidden talent, you brought it to the fore. You like, nope, now I'm finna just go in on this too.
Yeah.
So what was that? Because I know we actually had to reschedule this, y'all. We actually had to reschedule this a couple times. One time it was her, she was like, I gotta reschedule for a second. Then I had to reschedule. But what was the process like? What drove you to be like, you know what, I'm finna just throw the music out there? What's up with that?
My inner child was like yelling at me. like, like I was
All right.
saying to you a little bit before this, I'm like, I've always wanted to be a singer. Like from the very beginning, I was on a stage, like performing when I was only 8 years old, singing. And I took
Wow.
lessons. Like I wanted to be out there. I've gotten so many visions, especially now, of me on a big
Yeah.
stage and the announcer being like, "Hey, Illuminating Essence, come on out."
Right.
So it
Yeah.
got to like such a point that it was just it needed to be fully birthed. Like I'd been given a little bit of the drops, I was creating music with my partner and he was the one that really helped me like deepen that relationship with my throat chakra to be like, there is power there. Let's release it, please, because you're not
Mhm.
doing any justice holding on to it anymore. Because
Yeah.
when we find our purpose, it's like, all right, how can we serve with that? How can we share that? Especially how I'm wanting to send out my conscious codes, like through sound, and then incorporating how vibration is only felt because of the water in our body and the
Mhm.
emotions, and just in general the impact that I knew this music creation was going to take to a whole other level. So it was literally like my inner child, like, okay, enough is enough, you got to take things into your own hands, and we're going to start doing this. Because again, wherever I'm putting my mindset and I'm sending the energy to, and I have faith in myself, and I hold space for the learning process, knowing it's not just going to happen overnight and I'm going to improve over time. It's just taking that first step, because sometimes that's the hardest thing we got to do, is just take that first step and then allow for the rest to kind of unfold. So yeah,
Yeah.
we got to such a point where I was just screaming inside, like, it's time, let it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Wow. Okay. Look, so what I'm gonna do, look, I'm gonna share my screen real quick. You got to tell me which one it is, because the one that hit me, I'm like, no, I'm gonna have to show them what I'm talking about. They don't know, they don't know what I'm talking about exactly. All right. So this is her page. If y'all want to go follow her, this is her page right here. But and you can see this, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Where was the first? Because that was the first time you put a song
right
up, right?
there. Okay, so that
Right
one
here.
right there. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's just vibing, man. Like it's just vibing. I'm like, what? This is and the thank you. Oh, I was done. I'm like, this is it right here. Let me like it again. Look, man,
I
I'm
gotta
like,
send you the whole file of that. There's like a whole other 40 seconds left.
I'm like, what is this, dude? I could not believe. I'm like,
It was
what?
straight channeled. Like, I just found the beat and I was like, okay. So
Oh
I've noticed
yeah.
that, like, I love songwriting and like actually having a beat and taking time to really cultivate a whole song. But I'm noticing this is where I've been liberating my throat in this next phase, because I've been
Mhm.
writing music. Now I'm freestyling and
Oh,
allowing for it to just come out in that moment, whether it's one
what?
word in my mind or whatever. I just felt this channel of like, you know what you're doing to me, and I'm just like speaking to myself as my own lover. I'm
Wow. The
channeling the light language
freestyle.
too, like beyond like the logical mind of what I'm saying at the beginning too. Like, anybody that's like, she's speaking gibberish, what language is that?
Right, 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 right.
It's just like allowing for sound and like the expression to come through without it needing to make sense. Like, as long as I
Mhm.
have the intention in my heart, allowing for it to just kind of flow. And that was all freestyled. And then I just uploaded it. I literally walked outside right here. I recorded it right here, walked outside, danced to it. The messages came through. And that's where I'm noticing, like, if I am in that moment, to not hold
Tuned
on to it too
in.
much and make sure it's
Yeah.
perfect and this and that. It's like, no, it's done. All right, sending it off.
Yeah, no, yeah, you just tuned in, dude. That was tuned in. I'm like, what? This is a vibe right here. I'm like, and so that's what I'm trying to, man. This is the reason why I've started the whole mindset channel and the Mindset Matters Institute, is
Yeah.
because I know how much we don't know. of how powerful the freaking mind is, dude. Because like you said, it's like it didn't even have to really make sense. You just felt it and start getting into it, and the freestyle and the feeling, and then especially because you've been writing so much, it's in you. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
how really good freestylers are. Is
Right.
they've written books already,
Yes.
and then they get to a point where it's like, okay, well, let me see how I can just like try and find
Yes.
all of that I've already written. You could just find different parts and different things of stuff that
Yeah.
you've already written. And man, I was like, nope, this is, because that's how it starts for me. If I get a beat and I'm like, this is it. Like, this is it right here. Okay, something's got to
Yeah.
happen with this, whether I listen to it 3,000 times or because I'll replay a beat for like weeks.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's either that or it's like I want to actually create something with it, right? And
Mhm.
that's why I was like, no, I get it so much. You have no idea that I was so intrigued by that. I'm like, no, you're tapped in right now with
Mhm.
that song, dude. This is it. This is good. Yeah, you about to take off way more than you already have, because
Yeah.
that type of tuning in, man, people, that's what I'm saying, is you can't really even explain that. It's
Yeah.
just the you hear it, and then all of a sudden just stuff comes from the beat. You can hear
Yeah.
the extra that comes into the beat. It's weird,
Yes.
man. Go ahead.
100%. Music is the medicine. You know, we're created by the song of the universe. Like our ancestors knew how important it was to alchemize with our throat and through movement and intuitive. It's so intuitive. Like, and I was so resistant. I didn't think I could freestyle like that. And as soon as I just freaking leaned into that resistant, being like, there's resistance here because there's power here. And sometimes it's a paradox, and we think, oh no, I'm resistant because I can't do it. It's like, no, actually, honey, it's because you can. And there's this
Right.
block that's there to test your faith in yourself. That's the whole point. It's like the cosmic joke that you're playing on yourself.
Right, dude.
Just
Yeah.
lean in. And then I had a buddy come over the weekend, and he helped me film the other one where I did a full on freestyle again with the other song that I did on my profile, which is one of the pinned one where I did like the cinematic view, and like I
Yeah,
had a
yeah,
full on.
no. See, I'm gonna show that because I was like, oh, now the visuals is getting enhanced.
I
Oh,
know,
okay,
like
it's
it
on
was
and pop. I'm like, it's
quantum
on and
speed.
popping now. You talking about this one, ain't you? This one or no?
I
Oh,
can't see.
I'm not even, my bad. Here, let me
It's
share the
okay.
screen. I'm
It's
tripping.
okay. I
I'm like, this one, can you see it? All right, let me see here. All right, so
It's
this
quantum
one.
speed out here. I made a beat the night of, and then we did a music video the next day. Yep.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, this, like, look how this looks, y'all. Like this, because man, because I do the video. So I'm like, nope, somebody, you tuned in. Like, this is totally tuned in right here. This beat is pretty sick too.
Yeah. Totally freestyle.
And shout out to the camera, because he was on one.
You shine wherever you are. It's time to show them who you are. Who you are.
Dude, and you have such that sound, dude. Like, your voice is really good, dude. Like, that's a really good, crisp, clean sound, man. Like,
Thank you.
yeah, I was tripped out. I'm like, this is wild. Like, okay, just out of nowhere, you like, you know what? It's time to bring this out. Like, what else you got in the utility belt, right? You like, let me hold back a little bit. But I just resonate with that, man. That's why I'm so excited. I was so excited to interview you. Not even after, because I asked the interviewer before all of this stuff even
Yeah.
transpired. And
It's
then
so
all of a
fun.
sudden, all of this stuff goes down. I'm like, this is perfect. Like, this is great because this is right in my wheelhouse. I'm like, this is exactly why I knew it was the correct thing to do to interview her because we vibe hard, man. We vibe really hard on that frequency because I was like, she is pulling stuff out the bag real quick. Like, yeah, let me show you a little bit extra of what I got here. Hey, let me show
Yep.
you a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay. Yep. I already get it. I already get it. You don't even have to say
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That's good,
Thank
man.
you.
And it's
Thank you so much.
the sound, like what software and stuff are you using?
So the buddy that came to help me film actually was the one that showed me this app, and he's like, Selena, like me and my friends have been creating beats and just rapping over this app for so long, just making fun out of it. And he's like, you should try it. It's called Rap Chat.
Mhm.
And I just downloaded it on my new iPad as well, which I just invested in too. So I feel like when you're investing in your business and like new tech as well,
Mhm.
it's like a
Mhm.
weapon in this world. You know,
Yeah.
if the newest sword came out, you know, you want
Right.
it. So I
Right.
feel like that also called in such an opportunity for me. So he downloaded it on my iPad and he was there with me when I started creating it for the first time, and he's just staring at me like, fuck what did you just open up for yourself? He's like, I'm so
Right.
honored like that I showed you this app because now you're just gonna take it and run.
Yeah. No, because
Yeah.
that's yeah, wow. That's really cool. So is an app, is it difficult? If anybody watching, I'm probably
Not
gonna
at all.
download it to be honest
It's
with you, but
super basic. Super
okay.
basic. I mean, I got the free version. I haven't even updated to like the version that you can really start getting in and editing and cropping and like
Got you.
scaling. Like I'm just using the basic stuff. And then I'm also so open to other apps aligning to me and other softwares and, you know, investing in a mic that can set up to my iPad too. I filmed that on my, like, I recorded it on my iPad mic as well.
What?
Oh,
What? That's that dude, that sound wow. No, that's tripped out. That's yeah, for
I
somebody that
know.
has recorded before, you have no idea how tripped out that is. That because
Oh,
usually, I mean, I'm sure people watching, I'm sure y'all have heard, hey, I got this new mixtape out, and it sound like, okay, what did you where did
yeah.
you where did
Right.
you record this at?
Right.
Like on the phone, that's what you would think. But yeah, for you to say that, dude, that's really good. That's
Yeah.
really,
Like
really
I
good.
got this mic here. Like I've got my Blue Yeti, but I haven't been able to hook it up to the iPad. Like I got a professional mic that I can be
Got you.
using,
Right.
but there was no option to like hook it up to the iPad. So I was just like, okay, well, we're gonna record it on this. And I mean, it's the newest one out, so it's definitely got some upgrades. But I was not expecting it to flow
Sound
so
like
seamless.
that.
Yeah, like it
That
doesn't have to
sounds
be so
good.
hard, right? You know, we got to start somewhere. And I feel that's also something too. We don't need to be perfectionists at the beginning, especially at the beginning, and utilizing what you can with what you got. That's
Yeah.
like a huge motto, is just doing what you can with what you have, and knowing that that's enough. That's enough to start. And it sounds fucking awesome. So
Yeah.
it's good. So
No,
good.
no, dude. Cause yeah, just let me do the first part one more time on that one.
Yeah.
Just the first, like your first lyric, I was like, what? Like the sound is super
I
crisp,
know.
dude. I'm like, wait, what?
I know.
I would have sat here and bet that you went to a studio, like dead serious.
Right?
And
Freaking
I'm
love
like,
that.
wait a minute, you did on
You could
on through
you
the
could
iPad. You just literally holding the iPad. You like, nah, I'm gonna just do it like this. This first part, y'all, just her voice when she speaks, how clear this is crazy.
Oh, the drop.
No, I'm waiting for it. It's gonna come in when you first start like actually singing.
You are a shining star. You shine wherever you are.
That's wild. That is so, y'all. That's tripping me out, y'all. I've been to studios. I've tried to record on stuff. Like, this is tripping me out because I know this process, y'all. That's why
Yeah.
really glad I got to show y'all this because like she said, you just start, man. You just start and you never know the things that can come your way to help you do that. But whatever like suppression software that they have, because there's no background, like ambient audio, like it sounds that's tripped out. I'm totally tripped out on that because I'm like, you came through super clear. Like I would have thought, oh, you went to a studio, got that professionally done, like for real.
Yeah.
So yeah, and now that you got to do it, you don't have to. I mean, that minimizes so many costs. Drive time
Yes.
and the person you got to
Right.
pay and all
That's
of
what I
that
was gonna
stuff.
say. I'm like, I didn't spend $1.
Yeah. That is what's up, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really really good. All right, what else you holding back? Come on now. What else you holding back? You like, I got a couple other things in the utility belt. I'm not gonna let out.
Well, I mean, I want to start commission pieces for my art. Like I painted that. I really
What?
want to. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so those were blank canvases. You're telling me those were blank canvases, and you
Completely.
painted that.
Yeah. I'll show you another one too. Hold on.
Y'all,
I'll
the
just-
legends are coming out. Y'all, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. That's really good.
Yeah, I wanted like a whole pink theme, as you can tell. So I actually, there's a story behind this one because as I was moving out of my dad's and actually coming to this cottage in the forest for the first time I moved out, I found this beautiful sanctuary for my little fairy self to just hermit and create. And it was such a symbolism for me of like, okay, I'm really finding my wings here. Like I'm able to financially support myself, physically, emotionally, all the things. And I wanted to showcase like what I felt like inside.
Yeah.
So it's this beautiful, beautiful like moth fairy, and she's got gold in her as well. And I actually painted it as I was transitioning here. So as I was packing up my things, like this was what I was working on as well. I
Wow.
wanted it in here like as the first art piece because I want my whole studio to be covered in my art. I'm working on this guy too. Got like this water droplet emerald piece.
Wow.
Not done yet, but that's another thing. I love art. I love art in so many different ways. Content creation, music, physical art. I'm really wanting to step in as well as a mentor for people, as a coach, taking on clients for the first time and really stepping into that embodiment that I'm ready to, create an extra stream of income to be just of greater service. And yeah.
Yep. Multi-talented, like that you just do that. You killing it, dude. You are killing it. What?
I'm birthing
Man.
it. I'm birthing
Wow.
it.
Yes, you're birthing it. And I appreciate that because I'll be looking for it. Sometimes I can't find the word I'm looking for. I'm like, no, life is pro-life. So I always
Yeah.
try to switch it to where it's like
Yes.
going
Right.
like the kill two birds with one stone. I'm like, no, it's feed two birds with one piece of bread, right? It's like that's what we trying to do. We trying to help. We trying to expand. You know what I mean? Not destroy and collapse. So yeah, that's man. You are. I knew it. I knew it. I could feel it. See, I'm learning this new superpower I got where I can feel where I'm like, this person is legendary, dude. And they just have not been showcased in the way that they needed to be showcased, right? And man, I'm telling you, that's crazy because the first time I did that video, when I first met you, I was like, there's something about her. I can tell, like I can just feel it. And now I'm like, what else you holding? Now I was just joking. I'm like, what else you holding back? You like, well, I got the like, what is going on, dude? Yes, okay, that's what's up. No, because that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's a new era, man. It's a new era. Like
You can
this
do
is what
whatever
I'm
you
talking
want. You can do whatever the frick you want. Like I just made a freestyle the other night of would you believe me if I told you you could do whatever you want to do? I don't know if you've heard that one yet, but that's also a
Mm-mm.
fucking banger as well
Yeah.
because that came through. I was looking at the word believe that I have in my living room, and I
Yeah.
was like, all right, I'm gonna make a song about believing in yourself and just knowing how multifaceted we can be, and just, feeling into that inner well of wisdom that we all have and starting to pour from that place rather than just wanting to be a duplication of something else. It's like there's only one you, and that is your superpower. And
Mm-hmm.
therefore, that alleviates any form of competition or comparison because nobody can do it like you're doing it. And nobody can offer what you have to offer. So there's no scarcity in this realm. It's just if you know who you are and you are tuning in deep enough to understand, like deeply understand, overstand, and understand your
Yeah.
gifts and your medicine and your essence, then you can show up from that place with such conviction and such clarity and confidence. And people will feel that and they'll want to learn from you. They'll want to be in your life and vice versa. As much as I'm helping people and this reflection, it's such a energy exchange both ways. There's always such
Mm-hmm.
synergy in my
Oh
connection.
yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
dude, this was dang, dude. Yeah, I'm having some great interviews. Last interview, I was like, this is probably the best, and it just keep getting better because this one I
Yeah.
had a lot of fun on. This one was like I laughed a lot. Like this one was really
Mhm.
really cool because I'm on that type of trying to multifaceted
Yeah.
vibe, right? I feel
Yeah.
like there's a lot of stuff I got in the background that I'm just like, I'm not gonna bring it out yet because I'm waiting for a particular time period to just be like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
It's out there, but I'm just not pushing it like that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
dude, like it's like you said, like you got the art, dude. You selling art now. You can sell maybe music.
Yeah.
It's times are changing, man. Times are changing. This is
This is a
going to
dream.
because you could. What I see is that with people like that, because it's. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, because this is something that I really want to drive home for people too. Because a lot of the skills, a lot of the talents that I do have, I built, and I really want people to understand that. I'm like, no, no, okay, I get it, but I worked on these things for summers. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So with the art, and like you said, the music, see, people don't see all of that background. They might think, oh, well, hey, she just
Yeah. Yeah.
got the
She just.
vocals, and it's like
Yeah.
whatever. It's like you said, no, I've been on stage since 8. I went to music classes.
Yeah.
With the art, obviously, you didn't just pick up a pen and just miraculously was like
Right.
butterflies. Let's go.
Right.
It's like you've been drawing for a while, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I want people to really, really understand. Those are the legendary mindsets, y'all. Just because
Mhm.
it's not really highlighted of
Mhm.
all of that background work that goes into it. When you do see somebody like Selena come out of nowhere, boom, hit the ground like lightning, it's like there's a whole bunch of backstory that goes to that. And
Exactly.
that's the key. It's
Yeah.
not just, because there's this thing that I don't like where uh they have, talent and hard work, or hard work out beats talent or whatever, and I'm like, no, they're one thing. They're one
Yeah.
thing. It's one thing. You have to build that talent. You can't just innately be like, oh yeah, I'm great at this, and it's just all of a
100.
sudden great. No, you actually are. You might have a knack for it simply because you really enjoy it out of your soul, out of your heart. You're like, oh, I really love this, so you tune
Mhm.
all the way into it. But it's never just all of a sudden, boom, I got this thing and this is what I'm
Right.
doing. Like, no,
Yeah.
there's a lot that goes into the background of it. So that plays a part in what I'm teaching in the institute, y'all. Is if for
Mhm.
anybody that's watching this, that's a part of that, it's about the consistency and the skill
Yeah.
building and really being focused on what you're trying to do. because you can do anything. I say a lot on my videos. I'm like, I can do stupid random stuff because the neighborhood kids who I hung out with when I was younger, we went and did bowling for a long time. We went and shot pool for a long time. I know how to play a whole bunch of poker games. Like, for what? It's because we just dedicated our time to literally learn it and play it and be competitive at it and try and get better at it. And so
Yeah.
that's what happens. So
Yeah.
the art, give us a little background of that, and then I'll let it go. I'm letting it go too far.
Yeah. No, I resonate with that because people can focus on the result and forget that you had to go through a whole process and they're only looking at the result. And I actually went through that too, like going back to the very beginning when I was witnessing other leaders. I'm like, oh my God, I can never do that. I can never do that. How do they do it? The fuck? I'm like, wait, there's a process. Okay, I gotta be patient. The art, both my parents are artists. So my dad was really good at drawing and my mom was really good at painting. So growing up, I just was always with them, you know, creating pieces and just having fun with it and finding just a passion for it. And now it's like, wait, okay, passion can also be profit. And I don't have to feel sorry about that. Like I want to put my pieces out there and impact through, you know, the time and the effort and the energy that goes into it. It's like a piece of me that I'm giving to other people. And it's been with me since I was a little child and having both my parents, like it literally being in my blood. A lot of people ask me like, how are you so good? It's like, well, you know, I've had that in my environment my whole life. And just choosing to pursue it and have fun with it and without any expectations of it going anywhere. And as I started to post it online too, people were like, can you make me a piece? Like, I want one.
Man, I'm saying I'm one of those people that love when I see somebody display some art that they did, because there's nothing like that. There is nothing like that when somebody creates out of just them wanting to create, and it's there, it's solidified into reality. It's a one-on-one. It's a one-on-one. It's the most unique piece, and that is just, man, that's a good thing. But you also had to. You could have been one of those kids like, no, slapping the brush out of your pen, like, no, mom, I don't want it. I'm not painting today. And then it'd be a totally different story, right? You still went through the process and actually was painting, and that's part of how all of this goes, y'all. If y'all look at us, if you look at me, you look at Illuminating Essence, and y'all see, you know, talent, just recognize that there was a skill building process that had to go into that. And part of the talent, what happens is you find much joy in doing those things. That's what creates that. That's what really makes it become a talent, is because you're like, no, I really freaking like making things look cool. That's the thing.
You gotta have passion.
Yeah.
The passion's got to be the fuel of your engine. If not, it's like, what are you doing? What are you running off of?
Yeah. But I'm sorry. I do not mean to keep you this long, but I was having
it's been such an honor. I'm so honored.
I was having a good time talking about this stuff with you, dude. Because we are definitely on the same frequency with that type of stuff, man. I was just very surprised and very, very happy, and I was encouraged as well, because I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. The legends are here, man. Like, just coming out like, yep, I'm not just one thing. I can do multiple things, and that's like you said, it's okay. Like, hey, you want to buy a piece of my art? I will make something for you. Like, that's cool. That's a wonderful, wonderful thing that you got going, dude. Like,
now that I got the iPad, I'm waiting for my Apple Pencil to come in. I'm gonna start to procreate and creating like logos and just like cover art and graphic art. I've never done it in this way, merging it with technology. So it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna make some NFTs. I'm gonna start selling pieces like that as well. I am just the future's so bright.
It is though. It really is.
Excited. I'm so excited. And I'll send you that other song that I made the other day about believing in yourself, because I think you're gonna vibe with that one too. I did something different with my voice where it wasn't too high vocals. I actually like tapped into more of like the grounded, like Shakti energy, and it was
okay. All right. Yeah, no, I'm with that. Yeah. Definitely send that over. But
Okay.
okay, so to wrap this up, if there's a message that you would like to get out into the world, what would it be?
Mm, just believe in yourself. Just
Mm-hmm.
believe. And that just comes down to being you and holding space for your weirdness and your quirkiness and just tuning deeper into the things that you love and starting to share that with the world. Who knows who's going to need it out there? And the more that we get out of our own way and we just believe and we have faith and we're not afraid of our own power anymore and we feel safe to step into our brilliance and, start showing up in the world like that. I believe in miracles in a world that's filled with unlimited possibility. So, yeah. Believe. Believe and you shall see. It's not seeing to believing. You got to believe it in order to for things to reveal themselves to you in this
Yeah.
reality. So, you got this. Just have faith. Have faith
Yeah.
as your foundation.
Yeah. That's what's
Mhm.
up. Well, thank you very, very much for doing this interview. Man,
So honored.
really, really, really appreciate it. Hopefully one day we'll collab on a song or something.
Yes.
We'll go from there.
100%. I trust we will. I trust we will.
Man, but yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed this. Please take heed to everything that I was saying as far as, the talent, the everything that goes into all of these things that are being created. Because you got it in you, man. Because you got it in you. If you're watching this and you don't feel like you got it in you, that don't discount yourself. You have it inside of you to do it. It's just like she said, the passion and building the skill and being consistent at it and really, really believing in yourself. All of those culminated into one little piece is going to propel you to where you need to go. All right. So just always remember that mindset matters more than anything else. All right. So thank you guys again for watching. We really appreciate you. Thank you, Selena, again for sharing your energy here with us. Man,
So honored,
amazing.
Kevin. Thank you.
Amazing. Yeah, you woke me up. I was asleep before. I was feeling bad today. I don't know why, man. I was feeling bad. I'm trying to get out of it, but you definitely brought me out of it. So thank you for that.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. So much love.
All right. We'll see y'all later.
See you. Ciao.